meet beloved friends. Within the infinite depths of your subconscious mind lies a mighty treasure house, a creative power that knows no limits. Tonight we awaken this divine power to claim the Obscene Wealth Blueprint. You were not born to struggle and lack and limitation. You were born to live like the 0.01% radiantly, abundantly, and magnificently. As you listen with faith and feeling, your subconscious will accept this new blueprint. It will dissolve every old pattern of poverty thinking and replace it with the unshakable conviction of limitless wealth. What you impress upon your subconscious with belief and emotion, it will express as your living reality. Get ready to impress the consciousness of obscene wealth, for your subconscious never fails. It always responds. Let us begin. The subconscious blueprint of the 0% is not a mere wish or fleeting desire. It is the silent, invisible architecture that governs their entire outer world of opulence, freedom, and limitless abundance. Deep within the creative laboratory of the subconscious mind, these rare individuals have installed a completely different mental pattern from the masses. While most people carry the subconscious blueprint of limitation, scarcity, and endless effort, the 0.01% operate from an unshakable inner conviction that wealth flows to them in obscene quantities, easily, joyfully, and without struggle. This blueprint is not inherited by blood or luck. It is deliberately impressed upon the subconscious through feeling, faith, and vivid mental acceptance. Your subconscious mind is the hidden engine of your life. It does not argue. It does not question. It simply accepts what you impress upon it with deep emotion and repeats it as your external reality. The 0.01% understand this law perfectly. They do not beg the universe for money. They do not chase opportunities with anxiety. Instead, they impress upon their deeper mind the absolute truth that they are already wealthy beyond measure. This inner blueprint becomes their automatic operating system. Their decisions, their opportunities, their relationships, and their results all align with this inner stamp of obscene wealth. Think of the subconscious as fertile soil. Whatever seed you plant with conviction will grow. The average person unconsciously plants seeds of, I cannot afford it, money is hard to get, rich people are lucky, and I must work harder. These negative impressions produce a harvest of lack, bills, and perpetual struggle. But the low 0.001% plant only the seeds of expansion, luxury, and unlimited financial freedom. They feel the reality of vast wealth before they see a single extra dollar in their bank account. They rejoice in the feeling of already being in possession. This is the secret that separates them from everyone else. In the quiet hours when the conscious mind rests, the subconscious of these extraordinary individuals is busy orchestrating circumstances, meetings, ideas, and inspirations that multiply their riches. They wake up with million-dollar ideas because their deeper mind has been conditioned to deliver nothing less. They attract investors, partners, and markets that serve their vision because their subconscious blueprint radiates the vibration of massive success and absolute certainty. This is not magic. This is the law of mind in action. You too can install this exact same blueprint right now. Begin by rejecting every thought of limitation that tries to enter your mind. Refuse to accept the world's picture of economic struggle. Instead, affirm boldly and with feeling, my subconscious is now imprinted with the obscene wealth blueprint of the 0.001%. I am a magnet for massive riches. Wealth flows to me in avalanches of abundance. Repeat these truths until they sink into the deeper mind. Emotion is the key. You must feel the joy, the excitement, the relief, and the power of already living at that level. The 0.01% never worry about market conditions, competition, or timing. Their subconscious blueprint has already accepted that they operate above all conditions. They move through life with the quiet confidence that everything conspires to increase their wealth. When challenges appear, their deeper mind instantly presents perfect solutions because it has been programmed for victory and expansion only. This inner blueprint dissolves fear and replaces it with unshakable faith. It turns obstacles into stepping stones that elevate them even higher. Visualize clearly what this blueprint looks like in daily life. See yourself making decisions with the calm certainty of one who already possesses tens of millions. Feel the freedom of choosing any home, any car, any experience without a second thought. Imagine the peace that comes when money works for you instead of you working desperately for money. These mental images, when charged with genuine feeling and accepted as true, are immediately absorbed by the subconscious. Once accepted, the subconscious begins to externalize them with mathematical precision. Every successful person in the top fraction of wealth has, consciously or unconsciously, rewritten their subconscious script. They stopped identifying with lack. They stopped repeating the stories of hardship. They began to live mentally in the reality of obscene abundance long before the physical evidence appeared. Their subconscious, being the great servant that it never fails to obey, simply produced the matching outer conditions. This is your power, too. You are not bound by your past bank balance, your current job, or your family history. The moment you change the blueprint within, the outer world must change to correspond. Impress this truth deeply. Wealth is your natural state. Scarcity is the false programming you inherited from limited thinking. The 0.01% have removed that false program completely. They know that the creative intelligence that created the universe is forever flowing through them as unlimited supply. They tune into this infinite source daily through quiet contemplation and strong mental acceptance. They refuse to entertain thoughts of recession, inflation, or any form of lack. Their subconscious is trained to reject such ideas instantly and replace them with thoughts of growth, opportunity, and overflowing riches. As you continue to saturate your mind with these higher truths, you will notice subtle but powerful shifts. Ideas will come faster, opportunities will appear more frequently, your confidence will rise naturally. People will be drawn to your energy because your subconscious is now broadcasting the frequency of the 0.001%. You begin to speak, walk, and decide like one who already lives in that rarefied atmosphere of obscene wealth. This is not pretense. This is the deliberate installation of a new mental blueprint that must express it so. Your subconscious does not understand delay. When you impress the blueprint with conviction, it immediately begins the work of bringing it to pass. It guides your attention to the right books, the right people, the right investments, and the right actions. It removes mental blocks you never knew existed. It heals old patterns of unworthiness and replaces them with the calm assurance that you deserve to live like the 0.001%. This transformation happens in exact proportion to the depth of your feeling and the consistency of your inner acceptance. Never underestimate the power of this inner blueprint. It is more valuable than any business strategy or investment plan because it is the cause behind all outer success. Once the subconscious accepts the obscene wealth blueprint, every outer effort becomes multiplied. Your work becomes inspired. Your creativity becomes boundless. Your intuition becomes razor sharp in financial matters. You begin to see possibilities where others see problems. This is how the 0.01% create empires, while others struggle for crumbs. Continue to dwell mentally in this new consciousness. Feel the richness. Feel the freedom. Feel the joy of contribution that comes with great wealth. Let these feelings dominate your inner world. Speak to your subconscious lovingly and authoritatively each morning and each night. Tell it clearly. You now operate with the subconscious blueprint of the 0.01%. You attract obscene wealth through every channel. You multiply my resources magnificently. You guide me perfectly in all financial matters. As these impressions sink deeper, your entire being begins to vibrate at a new level. The old blueprint of mediocrity fades away like a forgotten dream. In its place stands a powerful, radiant consciousness of limitless supply. You move through your days knowing that your subconscious is working for you 24 hours a day, arranging circumstances, opening doors, and delivering the wealth that matches your new inner blueprint. This is the foundation upon which all true and lasting obscene wealth is built, not on luck, not on inheritance, not on manipulation, but on the deliberate, conscious reprogramming of the subconscious mind with the exact mental pattern used by the 0.01%. You now possess this knowledge. Use it relentlessly. Impress it deeply. Live from it faithfully. Your subconscious never fails. It is now busy reshaping your financial world according to the new blueprint you are installing. The riches you seek are already within you, waiting for this higher blueprint to release them. Feel this truth. Accept this truth. Become this truth. The subconscious blueprint of the 0.01% is active in you now, expanding your wealth, your influence, and your freedom in ways far beyond what you can currently imagine. Keep impressing it. Keep feeling it. Keep believing it with all your heart. The outer manifestation is already on its way. Impressing wealth feelings before possession is the master key that unlocks the vault of obscene wealth. Your subconscious mind does not respond to mere words or intellectual ideas. It responds only to feeling. The 0.01% have mastered the art of generating the deep, rich feelings of already being in possession of massive wealth long before the money appears in their bank accounts. They do not wait for outer evidence. They create the inner evidence first through vivid imagination charged with intense emotion, and the subconscious mind then faithfully projects that inner state into the outer world as tangible riches, opportunities, and luxurious living. This is the law. Whatever you feel to be true with conviction, your subconscious will externalize. Feeling is the language of the subconscious. When you generate the feeling of wealth, of freedom, of absolute financial security, and of luxurious abundance right now, you are impressing a living blueprint upon the deeper mind. The 0.101% do this naturally. They wake up each morning and deliberately enter into the joyful state of already being enormously rich. They feel the excitement of vast resources at their command. They sense the peace that comes with knowing money flows to them in enormous quantities from multiple streams. They experience the thrill of signing big checks for investments, properties, and experiences without hesitation. These feelings sink deep and become reality. Most people make the fatal mistake of waiting until they see the money before they allow themselves to feel wealthy. They say, "I will feel rich when I have $1 million." This approach keeps them trapped in lack because the subconscious only reproduces what is already felt. The 0.01% reverse this process entirely. They feel rich first. They rejoice in the possession first. They celebrate the freedom and power of obscene wealth, while the outer world still shows ordinary conditions. Their subconscious accepts this feeling as a command and moves heaven and earth to make the outer picture match the inner feeling. In the quiet of your mind, you can begin this practice immediately. Close your eyes and imagine yourself living the lifestyle of the 0.01%. Feel the soft leather of the seat in your private jet. Sense the excitement of walking into your newly acquired oceanfront estate. Experience the joy of reviewing your investment portfolio showing consistent massive growth. Feel the deep satisfaction of being able to support causes you care about with enormous generosity. Make these scenes vivid. Add color, sound, and especially emotion. The more real the feeling, the faster the subconscious accepts it as fact. Do not force it. Relax and let the feelings flow naturally as you dwell in the state of already being there. The subconscious mind is timeless. It does not recognize past or future. When you impress it with the feeling of wealth now, it begins working on that assumption instantly. It starts adjusting your thoughts, your expectations, your actions, and the people and circumstances around you to align with that wealthy feeling. You will suddenly notice ideas flowing to you that carry enormous monetary value. You will find yourself in the right place at the right time, meeting the right individuals who can accelerate your financial growth, all because you impressed the feeling before the possession. Dr. Joseph Murphy taught that imagination and emotion are the creative forces. The 0.01% use their imagination not as idle daydreaming, but as deliberate creation. They vividly picture and, most importantly, deeply feel their desired wealthy state until it becomes natural to them. They carry this feeling throughout the day, even while performing ordinary tasks. A part of their mind rests in the joyful consciousness of obscene abundance. This constant inner feeling saturates the subconscious until it must objectify. Never allow contrary feelings to remain. If doubt or worry about money rises, immediately switch back to the feeling of already having more than enough. Affirm with deep emotion, I now feel the joy, freedom, and power of living with obscene wealth. My subconscious accepts this feeling as true and brings it forth in divine order. Repeat this until the feeling dominates. Each time you do so, you are depositing another powerful impression into the creative bank of your subconscious mind. The beauty of impressing feelings before possession is that it removes all struggle. You stop chasing wealth and instead allow wealth to flow toward your established inner feeling. The 0.001% never operate from desperation or fear of lack. Their dominant feeling is one of already being supremely wealthy, and therefore the universe responds accordingly. They attract lucrative deals, breakthrough ideas, and multiplying assets because their subconscious is conditioned to produce results that match their wealthy feelings. Practice this, especially at night before sleep. As you drift into slumber, your subconscious becomes highly receptive. Enter into the feeling of already possessing the lifestyle you desire. See yourself receiving large financial deposits with gratitude. Feel the pride and excitement of making wise, bold moves that increase your fortune. Fall asleep in this consciousness. Your subconscious will work through the night, solving problems and arranging conditions to match your dominant feeling. Many of the greatest fortunes began with someone who persistently felt wealthy before the first big breakthrough appeared. During the day, anchor this feeling with small acts of mental acceptance. When you pay a bill, feel the ease and abundance behind it. When you check your accounts, mentally add zeros and feel the thrill of expansion. When you see luxury items or properties, claim them in your mind with the feeling of natural ownership. These repeated emotional impressions build tremendous momentum in your subconscious. Soon the feeling becomes your natural state, and the outer world catches up rapidly. The 0.01% understand that wealth is a state of mind first. They do not tie their feelings to current bank balances. They deliberately cultivate the feeling of limitless supply, regardless of outer conditions. This is why they continue to multiply their riches even during economic downturns. Their inner feeling remains untouched by external news or circumstances. They live in the wealthy state inwardly, and the subconscious protects and expands that state outwardly. You possess the same power. Begin today to generate these wealthy feelings with sincerity and repetition. Do not look for immediate outer changes. Trust the process. The subconscious is a law that never fails. Once it fully accepts the feeling of obscene wealth as your normal state, it will compel you to take inspired action, attract perfect opportunities, and manifest results that match your inner conviction. Feel rich now. Feel free now. Feel powerful now. Feel grateful now for the enormous wealth that is already yours in consciousness. Continue saturating your mind with these wealthy feelings throughout your waking hours. Make it a habit to return to this inner state whenever your attention wanders. The more consistently you impress these positive, abundant feelings, the quicker your subconscious will reorganize your entire financial life. You will begin to speak with greater authority. Your presence will carry the quiet confidence of one who knows he or she is already wealthy. Doors open for such a person. Ideas flow to such a person. Money rushes toward such a person because the inner feeling has been firmly established. This technique of impressing wealth feelings before possession separates the 0.01% from all others. They do not hope for wealth. They feel it. They do not wish for abundance. They live in it mentally and emotionally first. Their results prove the law. Yours will too, as you apply the same method with persistence and faith. Your subconscious is ready and waiting to receive these rich impressions and turn them into your everyday reality. Keep impressing the feelings deeply, joyfully, and repeatedly. The possession must follow because the law is perfect and your deeper mind is infinitely creative. Dissolving poverty consciousness forever is one of the most liberating and essential steps you will ever take on your journey to obscene wealth. Poverty consciousness is not merely a lack of money. It is a deep-seated mental pattern, a subconscious conviction that there is never enough, that money is hard to obtain, that wealth is reserved for others, and that you must struggle, sacrifice, and settle for scraps. This false consciousness operates silently beneath your everyday thoughts, attracting limitation, missed opportunities, and perpetual financial frustration. It was impressed upon your mind over years through negative suggestions, fear-based news, limited family beliefs, and repeated experiences of lack. But the good news is that this destructive pattern can be completely dissolved and replaced with the abundant consciousness of the 0.01%. Your subconscious mind accepts whatever you repeatedly feel and believe as true. If you have been carrying thoughts of, I can't afford it, money slips through my fingers, rich people are greedy, or success is for the lucky few, these impressions have hardened into a mental mold that keeps producing corresponding outer conditions. To dissolve poverty consciousness forever, you must stop feeding it. Refuse to entertain any thought, word, or feeling that affirms lack. Every time a limiting idea rises, immediately reject it and replace it with a powerful statement of truth. Declare with conviction, poverty consciousness is now dissolving completely from my subconscious mind. I am free from all limitation, and I accept unlimited wealth as my natural state. The process begins with awareness. Observe your inner dialogue carefully. Notice how often you unconsciously speak or think from scarcity. Do you worry about bills before they arrive? Do you feel anxious when others succeed financially? Do you hesitate to invest in yourself because of old fears? These are symptoms of poverty consciousness still lingering in your deeper mind. Bring them into the light and neutralize them. The subconscious has no power of its own to resist. It will release any pattern when you stop reinforcing it and consistently impress the opposite. Flood your mind daily with thoughts of abundance, ease, and overflowing supply until the old pattern loses all its grip. Use the law of substitution. You cannot merely remove poverty thinking. You must replace it with rich, prosperous thinking. Dwell mentally in the reality of having more than enough. Feel the relaxation that comes with financial freedom. Imagine and emotionally accept the joy of writing large checks for the things you love without concern. As you do this repeatedly with faith and feeling, the subconscious begins to erase the old blueprint and install the new one. The Obscene 1% do not carry even a trace of poverty consciousness. Their minds have been cleansed of it, and yours can be too. Every affirmation, every visualization, every moment of grateful acceptance weakens the old pattern and strengthens the new. Forgive yourself for having carried poverty consciousness in the past. Do not condemn yourself or feel guilty. That only reinforces the limitation. Instead, release it with love. Affirm, I now completely forgive myself for all previous limited thinking. My subconscious is now being cleansed of every idea of lack, and I am filled with the consciousness of obscene wealth. Forgiveness dissolves emotional blocks that keep old patterns alive. When you let go emotionally, the subconscious releases its hold rapidly. Many people have transformed their financial lives almost overnight, once they truly forgave themselves and stopped identifying with past mistakes or family patterns of scarcity. Surround yourself with prosperous ideas. Read books, listen to teachings, and associate with content that reinforces unlimited supply. Feed your mind with stories of those who rose from any background to create massive wealth. Let these examples impress upon you that the same power is within you. Avoid gossip, negative financial news, and conversations focused on hardship. What you give your attention to grows. Starve the poverty consciousness by withdrawing your attention from it. Feed the wealth consciousness by giving it your full focus and emotional energy. This is how lasting transformation occurs. In the relaxed moments before sleep and upon waking, impress the new truth deeply. Tell your subconscious clearly, poverty consciousness is dissolving forever. You now accept only ideas of vast abundance, effortless wealth, and luxurious living. You reject all notions of lack and limitation. Feel the truth of these words. Let gratitude for your expanding riches fill your being. The subconscious is most receptive at these times, and repeated impressions at the alpha level sink in deeply, rewriting your mental programming at the core. As poverty consciousness dissolves, you'll experience a profound inner shift. Anxiety about money fades. Bold ideas begin to flow. You start making decisions from a place of power rather than fear. Opportunities that once passed you by now appear because your new consciousness is magnetic to them. The 0.01% live in this liberated state permanently. Their minds are free from the chains of scarcity thinking, allowing creative intelligence to deliver extraordinary results through them. You are claiming that same freedom now. Continue to monitor and redirect your thoughts throughout the day. If an old fear tries to return, laugh at it, and immediately affirm the opposite with strong emotion. That old belief has no power over me. I am now living in the abundant consciousness of the 0.01%. Wealth flows to me easily and joyfully in ever-increasing quantities. Persistence is essential. The old pattern may try to reassert itself a few times, but as you remain vigilant and consistent, it loses strength and eventually disappears completely. What remains is a clean, powerful subconscious filled only with prosperous expectations. This dissolution opens the channel for infinite supply. When there is no longer inner resistance or contradiction, the universal creative power flows through you without obstruction. Money, ideas, people, and circumstances align to support your new wealthy state. You begin to see abundance everywhere. You recognize opportunities others miss. Your confidence grows naturally because you know at the deepest level that you are supported by limitless riches. This is the consciousness the 0.01% operate from daily, and it is now becoming yours. Make this dissolution a daily practice. Morning, afternoon, and night, return to the feeling of complete freedom from lack. Visualize your life as one of total financial liberation. See yourself enjoying the finest things, contributing generously, and expanding your influence with ease. Charge these images with genuine emotion and gratitude. The subconscious cannot resist repeated emotionally charged impressions. It must yield and rebuild according to your new blueprint. Old memories of struggle will lose their emotional charge and fade into nothingness. You are not fighting against anything. You are simply withdrawing energy from the false idea of poverty and placing it fully on the truth of abundance. This is effortless once you understand the law. The mind naturally moves toward the dominant thought. Make a prosperous thought dominant by giving it your repeated attention and feeling. In time, poverty consciousness will be nothing more than a distant memory with no power to affect your life. In its place stands a radiant, unshakable consciousness of obscene wealth that expresses itself in every area of your experience. Keep impressing these liberating truths. Feel the lightness, the excitement, and the power that comes with a mind freed from all limitation. Your decisions become sharper. Your creativity becomes boundless. Your intuition in financial matters becomes extraordinarily accurate, all because the subconscious is no longer divided between lack and abundance. It is now unified in the single direction of massive, joyful, and continuous wealth creation. This inner cleansing is the foundation upon which your new empire of riches is being built.